think I got laid to that song once.
This is the Sports Porch, Philadelphia, with your hosts, the Grand Schwabini, Rube, and me, your technical director. Come on, Philly, show us a little Eagles, Flyers, Phillies, and Sixers love. The Philadelphia Sports Porch starts now.
Boy, the Philly Porch starts right now, live all over the world on Facebook, on YouTube, on X. And man, let me tell you, we got a big show for you tonight. I am the technical director, or TD. To my left or right on the screen, depending upon how your computer works, is the Grand Schwabini. And below us is Rube, who is coming to us from somewhere in Texas, right? Somewhere. Where are you? Minnesota? I don't know.
I'm in Michigan right now, on my way back to Texas tomorrow.
Michigan. Okay.
All right. Traverse City in the house.
Traverse City in the house.
And of course, you can always follow us if you're watching us. We want you to know you can follow us. And this is the Philadelphia Sports Porch at Philadelphia Sports Porch on YouTube, and on X at Philly Porch. It's really that easy. It's a lot of fun. Simple. We drop the podcast right after the show on Spotify, Apple, the iHeartRadio app, or anywhere you get your friggin' podcasts. So you can always catch up with us and subscribe there, leave a review. We want you to comment. We want you to talk. We do things in pages here. Page one is this week is the Phillies. Some interesting things happened this week, so we'll have to talk about that. Page two, of course, we're getting ever closer to that magical Sunday.
And did you know, Chris, the Eagles won the Super Bowl?
And they did. The Eagles won the Super Bowl, and we're
always makes you feel better.
Did you also know that it's the bottom of the first and Kyle Schwarber has another home run?
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome for my fantasy team again. I love that.
Best Here we go.
Pick ever.
Every week we're talking fantasy in Pittsburgh. Oh
yeah. We're not going to get there, dude. This show has nothing to do with any other city but Philadelphia right now in the Philadelphia region, because page three, ladies and gentlemen, page three, we are going to reveal the 7th annual Greater Philadelphia Area Cheesesteak Competition results. We're going to give you the number 4, the number 3, the number 2, and the 2025 champion. Can't wait to talk about that. So, hey, listen, if you're hopping on from anywhere, make sure you share this out and let everybody. Lots of votes. We'll let Schwaber get into the details when we get there, but thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of votes.
About 20,000 votes this year.
Yeah. And everybody's.
And by the way, when you take those glasses off, that's kind of like a sign of intelligence.
Thank you very much.
Did you know that?
I know how to give signs. I can't say that I'm actually intelligent, but I know how to signal.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Kind of Jake Tapper meets Tommy Boy.
Well, the real problem. Look, you got to clear this up now. You opened the door. The real problem is that I can't see a damn thing on my screen, and I'm trying to manage this whole thing so we can have fun and get this all out there. And so, but I can't stand these glasses on my face because I see the reflection. So I'm always like looking, and
thanks for sharing. I did not know that this was a visual impairment challenge that we were dealing with here.
We have a lot of comments coming from one person here, a fan from West Virginia. I'm going to guess it's Patty Garcia Torres McNamara. I don't know. It's a long name, but she says Gazzo Steaks rule, go Birds, Eagles rule, Gazzo Steaks. Thanks, guys, again.
A lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff in there.
Doug Stumpman is already in for the cheesesteak contest. Thanks again, guys, for putting in a great contest where everyone benefits and gets exposure. Nicely done.
You got it.
Actually, it's because of you guys. It's not because of us. So anyway, page 4, we're going to get into a little bit of what we're watching. But first, what I want to do is go to page 1 and let you know that, yes, you will be hearing about the cheesesteak competition throughout the show. We are going to unveil the runners-up all the way into the champion. So you're going to have to keep watching and keep sharing and keep following to catch up and make sure you understand what's going on the whole time. So page 1, the Phillies. Schwaber, take it away for now.
All right. Well, there were a number of moves that occurred this past week, and one of them was the return of one Aaron Nola. And Rube, all I can say is Aaron Nola was Aaron Nola.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
picture of him just sort of looking a little bit bewildered by what happened.
Yeah.
Well, what was it like? Three innings, 6 runs, something like that. I mean, come on, man. We spotted him like a 6-0 lead, and before you know it, it's 6-6. Was that the situation?
Is that a picture of Aaron Nola just this past week or every other game he started this year?
Probably every other game this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, typical. Yeah, listen, it was his first game back. I'll give
Right.
him one mulligan. He's not getting two. Um, That's kind of like you said. We got Aaron Nola. He looks great. He couldn't look better for 2 1/3 innings, and then everything falls apart. So, mulligan, not going to lose too much sleep. However, I bet the next thing you're going to talk about may have us lose a little sleep. What is that?
Yes. Well, before we get into that, Doug Sumpman here. Nola going to do Nola things. Difficult to watch sometimes. Nola going to Nola. I agree. It's
Yeah.
rough. It's hard to watch for a guy who's done so much for the team over the years. We might be getting to the point. I don't know. Let's hope I'm wrong, but he might be cooked. This might just be kind of like the downward slide for Aaron Nola.
Well,
We'll see.
Just real quick here, when I look at that picture of the frustration in his eyes,
Mhm.
not to play psychologist or anything, but his eyes kind of tell the whole story. And it's one of those things where what you just said, Schwaber, his eyes kind of say that's what he's worried about too, to me.
Mhm.
And you kind of wonder how much of this injury was a real injury or if it was, hey, you need to go take a break and go find your stuff again. It
I
was
don't know.
kind of weird. It was an ankle, then it was something else. So listen, he needs to earn his keep now with some pretty bad news that we got this week and Mr. Wheeler going down. A blood clot is a scary thing. Uh,
Do
it's
you
an
do you
even
know do you know a little bit about blood clots, Rube?
I do, and I think the issue with the blood clot, and I was talking to Lemmer about this last night because her dad had to deal with it, is when he gets back after surgery, he's gonna have to be on blood thinners. And the problem with blood thinners is if you take a shot back through the mound, it could kill you because you bleed pretty easily. So, first thing you have to get through is the surgery and to get the clot removed. The
Which, by the
second
way,
thing,
that has happened. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, so that happened,
The
I believe it
surgery, you
was
mean?
yesterday. So, yeah, right-handed pitcher Zach Wheeler underwent a successful thrombolysis procedure to remove a blood clot in his right upper extremity this morning by Dr. Paul DeMuzio at Thomas Jefferson Hospital.
Okay.
So,
Well,
at least
so
that part's over.
what's next? What do they say in terms of can he come back? And if so, what about the risk of being on the blood thinners?
I don't know, this whole thing kinda has me confused. I mean, I read something that, like, for a regular person, sometime between, like, 6 weeks and maybe, like, 12 weeks for a regular person to make sure that there's, I guess, nothing lingering from the blood clot. I don't get it, man. If you remove the blood clot, isn't it gone? Like, I don't know. I'm not a medical doctor,
Well,
but I did
actually,
stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
we actually have one of our audience
Good
members. So
choice.
Patty is a certified medical assistant, and
Yes.
maybe Patty can chime in. It sounds like Patty agrees that it is serious, but I don't know. I don't know why it takes so long. They probably want to make sure nothing came back because blood clot goes to your lungs or your brain or whatever, you're dead. So
Yeah,
it's not like you're coming back from a sprained ankle or, a rib injury. This is more kind of life and death type of stuff.
right. I
Yeah.
mean, I sort of think it's like this. Look, he's a world-class athlete, so I'm going to assume that he can recover faster than most people. And look, the playoffs start in about 6 weeks. So that's kind of like where you sort of enter the time where returning could be possible. My guess is that if there's not major risk, he'll try to come back and play for the playoffs, but I'd say it's a 50-50 at this point.
Yeah, when you're talking life and death, I would go probably more 40-60, 60 to the negative, 40 to the positive. Because I want to have hope and I don't want to be Negadelphia, but you don't want to see something tragic happen, to play a baseball game.
No.
So the question is what do we do? Is it time to call Painter up? Just in case. Who becomes your number one? What does the rotation look like?
Well, first off, Painter, I don't think is coming up. I mean, he basically, I think what happened to him is he came up, he was lights out, and then he sort of hit the rookie wall, returning from Tommy John surgery. He hasn't pitched tremendous, so I don't see him coming up. You plug in Nola for Wheeler, and then you keep Taijuan Walker, who's pitched really well, actually, in the rotation. I mean, look, basically at this point, you're faced with, you've got to hope that Nola rediscovers himself. You got to hope, Sanchez is probably now your number one. Ranger pitched a nice game yesterday, so he's probably your number two. You got to hope that Nola, put something together, and then you got to roll the dice, I guess, with either Luzardo or, Taijuan. So, here's the thing, on the surface, right? You look at this and you say, all right, if there's no Zach Wheeler, they're done. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But, that's what the intelligent side of my brain says. then the sports gods type side of my brain says, remember Nick Foles. Remember 2008 when there was only one good pitcher on the Phillies.
Yeah,
I mean, really,
yeah.
Cole Hamels, right? Nobody else was really that great. So could they possibly actually win it without their best pitcher? Because nobody thinks they will.
Maybe it's Nick Foles time.
Yeah, maybe it is. It's just in the form of, Alec Boehm and JT Realmuto getting hot. And by the way, let's just take a break here because people are starting to chime in here a little bit, and let's give the people a little something to cling to. The people at home probably want to know which, we had the Final Four, and the Final Four was John's Roast Pork. It was Curly's Comfort Food in Levittown. It was Lillo's Tomato Pies, and it was Gazzo's Steaks. So we're going to reveal the top four. And of course, number 3 and number 4 are basically determined by who had the most cumulative votes over the time period. Okay. So, Chris, why don't you show the folks who finished 4th in the 2025 7th annual Greater Philadelphia Area Philadelphia Cheesesteak Competition?
There it is.
There it is. John's Roast Pork. You got the pig thinking about it since 1930. And John's Roast Pork. By the way, John's Roast Pork, and I see John Paxia saying you guys are the best. I believe he is part of the group that runs John's Roast Pork.
Thanks, John.
And I have to say, John's Roast Pork is one of my favorites. Always been. It's just like a classic staple. Love the cheesesteak, love the roast pork sandwich as well. I know, Chris, you said you hadn't been there. You wanted to stop by next time we go in.
Yes.
So we'll be there probably in
that's John's the owner of Lilo's.
Oh, is he? Okay. I'm sorry about that.
who we met.
No, we met Lilo himself.
We met Lilo. We met the son.
Yeah, we met his son.
Anyway,
yeah.
Sorry about that, John. my bad.
Okay, so that was number 4.
Number 4. So
Okay.
number 4, John's Roast Pork. Congratulations. They are a past winner. And I can't wait to get down there to Philly and see that or taste those cheesesteaks. I can't wait. And with a sign like that, how can it not taste good? You know what I mean?
Course.
How can it not taste good? So what we're going to do here is we're going to tease you all the way along. We don't take you for stupid. You're not stupid. You're here for a reason. You want to see the winner. And we're going to tease you so you get really, really excited. And I have a cheesesteak up in the corner there of the screen. It's going to stay there the whole time. I'm actually getting hungry for a cheesesteak.
I haven't had a real cheesesteak in like 10 years. I need to get back to Philly fast.
Listen, I'm telling you, Rube, like I when we went last year, traveled out there in October to go on a cheesesteak journey and deliver the winner Lilo's their thing. And we visited Curly's and we went to Jim's and we went to Jay's steak joint, right? Jay's steak and hoagie joint. Man, it was a blessing to be able to eat all of these different, I mean, they're all cheesesteaks. I didn't have a bad cheesesteak at all. And that's the thing about Philly, cheesesteak joints. And there's no such thing as a bad cheesesteak. When you live other places or you go other places, they try. And once in a while, it's a good sandwich. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it ain't a cheesesteak, man.
No, it isn't.
Well, congratulations to John's Roast Pork.
Absolutely. So let's go back to page 1 for a little bit because we have a couple other things with the Phillies. And then, yes, we will tease you one more time. So you want to talk offense here, Schwaber?
Yeah. So, some good news. One guy, Alec Boehm, returned, and he returned with a healthy swing. Shall we show?
Left to 5 games now, but he gives us this too. That one's deep to left field, way back there. It is gone! A 3-run home run for Alec Boehm. And the Phillies have busted it open here in the second. It's 6-0.
Well, you fall behind on a power-hitting right-handed third baseman in Alec Boehm, and he's going to deliver. I mean, he just goes elevate to celebrate.
I'll tell you what. Alec Boehm is looking a lot more appealing than what we've been dealing with Nick Castellanos lately.
although Nick the Quick has been hitting the ball again, as has JT. It's just started. It's just starting to get hot again.
Yes. Now I'll tell you who's really heating up. The first player in the major leagues this year to have 2 home runs in a game, both over 440 feet. That would be Bryce Harper, and I love it when he hits them. They're just
High fly ball to deep right center field. He did it again off the facing of the second deck. Second home run of the night for Bryce. 21 on the year. It's 11-4 Phils.
Why did Ranger look sad?
I don't know. He was exhausted. He was exhausted. But great to see Bryce heating up. It's amazing. Like, it's almost like it seems like he's done like not much all year, and yet he's got like 21 home runs and like close to 60 RBIs. He's like missed half the season, right? It seems like it anyway.
He's an amazing player. He's worth every penny.
As far as their issues go, I mean, injuries are all part of the game, but this is the thing about the Phillies that I talked about from day one. They have an offense. They have bats. And if you can average 4.5, 5 runs a game, more often than not, you're going to win. And they can do that. So the loss of Wheeler, probably for the season. Schwarbaum, number 44. Did he just hit? Was that the one he just hit, or did he hit another one?
I think that was the first one.
Okay,
but I will check on it.
It's one of those things where the team is constructed to win, and when you construct a team to win, you construct them to be an all-round team. So I don't like the fact that Nola coming back is he's not pitching well. obviously don't like the fact that Wheeler goes down with an injury, and of course, we all hope that injury is not too serious, and he comes back and he's able to play.
Well,
But
what's kind of a shame though is that I think we all anticipated that Nola was going to come back good because his final AAA appearance, he threw down 12 strikeouts.
Yeah, but it's still
looked like his stuff was really working. But yeah, I know, it's AAA.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do with that? So, but I actually think their offense is starting to peak, and that's a good thing right now. I mean, it may be a touch early, but that's what you need, especially when you're going to have issues with the starting rotation, and so that's. Hey,
maybe it galvanizes you guys. Maybe it galvanizes the team too, right? Maybe it gives the offense a spark. Like, all right, the pitching staff's been carrying us, every other week of this year. Maybe we can hit the ball for 5 to 6 weeks straight and be consistent. And it galvanizes the team. And so far they've actually been hitting the ball pretty well the past few games. So, knock on wood. Or can I hear a poo poo poo, as we taught everybody last week?
I forgot all about that, and I was happy I forgot about it.
They do it in Pittsburgh too.
Listen, everybody, I want to tell you something before we move on here. You can subscribe if you're watching us on Facebook on Philadelphia Beautiful. This is the Philadelphia Sports Porch. And you can subscribe to us. You can go to Philadelphia Sports Porch on Facebook to follow us. If you're a 4for4 fan, or if you love the Eagles, Flyers, Sixers, or Phillies, we do this show every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. You can also go over to YouTube, follow us there at Philadelphia Sports Porch, and on X at Philly Porch. So do that right now. Click the follow button, the notifications button if you love what you're seeing on the show. Mark works very hard on Philadelphia Beautiful, and we all work very hard on this show here. We bring to you the Philadelphia Sports Porch, and we really enjoy it. Tonight we are announcing the winner of the Philadelphia Beautiful 7th annual. I mean, we're approaching a decade here. 7th annual Greater Philadelphia Area Cheesesteak competition results. Now, I was corrected before the show because I keep calling it the challenge.
It's not a challenge,
and it's a competition. Right. Isn't a challenge by nature a competition?
No, I think it's a competition. It's like best versus best.
It's
a challenge. A challenge is kind of like, I'm weak and you're strong, I challenge you.
Or isn't that a competition? Rube, settle this for us, please. Hurry.
I'm going tomato, based on tonight's theme, and I really don't care. When I think of challenge, I think of Battle of the Network stars back in the 70s. That's what I think.
All right.
When I think of competition, I think of
Rube. I got news for you. We got an Eagles highlight that I want to get to.
Hit it.
Our man Drew Makuba came to play.
If this Eagles group, they're counting on a bunch of these guys to play a lot of snaps for them this year. Let's see some of them step up and make some plays out here.
Gabriel has been very good so far. And this one is picked off and going back the other way. Now it's a foot race, and that is that. Welcome to the Philadelphia Eagles, Andrew Makuba. A pick six the other way on the first play of the second quarter. How about that?
Drew Makuba. You'll see the crossing route by Deontay Johnson. Makuba undercuts it, pushes him. He gets in between the two guys, and it looks like the ball's thrown right to him, and he knows exactly what to do when the ball is in his hands. I've seen it for as long as I've been watching football. There are certain guys that somehow, someway,
know where the football is.
Well, here's the thing. I don't want to throw gasoline on a fire here, but
you're going to do that.
Of course, he pushed him.
You sure did.
It did make me feel good that it was Deontay Johnson. Here's my Steelers.
No. I thought there was going to be no Pittsburgh references.
Yeah, see, there you go. Yeah, well, Mark tried to get other rumors into another show last night.
By the way, are you not aware that pretty much in football anything goes? as long as it's not called, it didn't happen.
Yeah, right. Let's see how that plays out during the Eagles season. Okay.
But the good news is that Makuba looks like he's a playmaker. So not only did he return the INT for a touchdown, he also recovered a fumble, also had a pass breakup. He was basically in there for a half and made 3 key plays.
Now,
The problem with him,
not to rain on parade real quick, and maybe you're going to get there.
yeah,
He pulled up with a hammy today or yesterday.
I know.
Yeah.
The guy basically can't stay healthy. but look, the bottom line is he's been running with the ones ever since the preseason game, and I think they know that he's the guy. He's going to be the other safety. And I love his game. You know, he to be honest, he reminds me a lot of CJ Gardner-Johnson. I mean, he's just like a ball hawk type player. But the question with him is, will he be able to stay on the field? Now, who knows? You know, last year we were wondering the same thing about Cooper DeJean. And he really didn't get, you know, in the Eagles rotation until about week 5 because he missed the whole preseason because he was nicked up. And then he played the rest of the year and is now a top 50 NFL player.
Listen,
right?
if Makuba turns out to be 70% of Cooper DeJean, I think we're going to be in great shape.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, look, I liked what I saw from him. I thought that was that was something that we needed to see, and it has me feeling a little bit better about our safety position.
And the Eagles did make a trade.
Mm-hmm. John Mechie. Now, Rube, our analyst down in Texas, as he was playing for the Houston Texans, I know that he was a former teammate of our man
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith, the Dagger.
Yeah.
I know that he was a former teammate, and I know he was really good at Alabama. And then I know that he tore his ACL, missed a year. I guess he just really hasn't come back into the rotation. But what's your thoughts on this guy? I think this is sort of like a low risk, high reward type signing.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it never hurts to bring an Alabama national championship player to your team. We've seen the success that that the Eagles have had. I think I read somewhere. I don't know if it was the knee, but I think he also had some sort of bout with leukemia. Somebody out there correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're right. He did. Yeah.
So listen, I think it's low risk because we traded away a tight end who we weren't probably going to keep, who was on the cusp, and we got someone who had a really good college career and maybe just needs a change of scenery to get healthy and to play with his boys from Alabama. So I think very low risk. I don't have super high expectations, but I'll tell you this. I didn't have high expectations for Jahan Dotson either. And for the most part, he proved me right until the Super Bowl. But I think with a year under his belt, I think our receiving core is going to be even better this year.
Yeah, I agree.
So, bring him in, give him a shot, and see what he's got. So I like it. Low risk.
Look, we always get one of these guys.
Oh boy.
You always get one of them, don't you?
Oh golly.
Wrong show. Get out. No, we're kidding. You can watch along.
Thanks for being here. Absolutely. You guys know how I feel about the preseason. And I've voiced it on several other shows. The preseason to me is a tryout. I mean, I'm stating the obvious, I know, but it's a tryout for guys that want to get a roster spot. They want to be on special teams. You will see some flash plays like this. Is it an indication that they have incredible talent? No, not really. It's an indication that their heads up. They're playing the game. And not until you actually get to that first game of the season do you really see what kind of team you have in this NFL. Now, here's one thing. I'm going to leave it with this, and then we're gonna move on here to the other extremely important thing of the night. And I've got a little twist for you. I hope I've got a little twist for you guys. But Joe Burrow played for more than a half last night against the Commanders.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know if he played into the third quarter, but if you think about, and I'm not making any criticism of the Eagles at all, because I happen to think they're definitely a Super Bowl favorite. When we get to our predictions in a couple weeks, you'll see what I'm talking about for me. But what I'm saying is the way it used to be, last year the Bengals started off really slow and they didn't play Burrow at all. And now they're playing him in the preseason because they started off slow. So there is something to be said for taking that risk. And can't you can get injured on the football field practicing. You can have a serious injury. So I'm kind of like, that's why it's good. And again, a lot of teams do not play their starters at all. And I understand why. But I kind of look at it and say, I can't really read anything into the preseason because most coordinators on both sides of the ball, they hide what they're going to do. They go through the motions because they're trying to, they're working on technique and stuff like that. And that's great. That's what you're supposed to do. But I don't read anything into it.
I think it's a good thing that you're not. I think it's a good thing that you're not managing a football team.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not managing a football team.
We're coaching. Is that like challenge and competition? Do you call him a manager or do you call him a coach?
Some guy will rush for 150 yards and score 4 touchdowns, and Klein will just be like, I don't think you can make anything of it,
Well, how many one-game wonder receivers are there out there? Look, another show, another conversation. We'll take care of that. Steve DeFlitch, Hockey Jesus, says Joe Burrow needs the work because he's a bum. I had to get that in there.
Yep.
We got a lot
Joe
of people.
Burrow is not a bum. Talk about fantasy hero.
Yes.
Rube won the league with Joe Burrow as his QB last year.
Yeah.
I like him. And by the way, in the preseason, I tend to agree with you about 15%, maybe 30% TD. Listen, Dylan Gabriel threw that pick, and he's trying to get a position on that team. So I think he was trying. I think it showed good instincts by the kid that he's a ball hawk, and he's learning the playbook. So besides that, the next most important thing is staying off the injury list. So that's what I'm hoping for by the end of the preseason. But listen, isn't it time to get to number 3 yet? These people want to know.
Well, it's time to get to number 3, right?
Right. Number 3.
Right. So the third most votes out of the 20,000 cast, coming in number 3, a former champion from 2 years ago, Curly's Comfort Food in Levittown. And we love Curly. We've been to see Curly. I've been to see Curly a couple years in a row now.
Yep.
It's always fun. For those of you who don't know, one of the things that Chris and I will be doing is we make a nice bracket for you that you can hang up in your restaurant, your cheesesteak joint, whatever you want to call it. And we present that to you. And of course, we just, get to know you and hear a little bit about, your story. And it's a lot of fun for us. I think it's a lot of fun for, the winners. And so Curly's has been great. He really gets into the competition every year. They've got excellent cheesesteaks and a bunch of other good stuff too. I mean, the boneless chicken wings are phenomenal with his sauce. And what are those things called? I keep drawing a blank on them. Like taters or something. What are
tater tots?
Potato skins? Tater skins?
No.
He gave us some.
Yeah, it's like sort of like a southern kind of thing. It's like almost like cornbread, fried cornbread kind of.
Oh, potato casserole?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I don't know, but
Steve would probably know. It's like a Steve type of food.
Here's hush puppies.
Hush puppies, that's it. Yeah, the hush puppies
are fried batter.
Yeah. Whatever, man. They're delicious.
They're unbelievable.
They are
unbelievable.
That is a southern food, indeed.
Here's the thing. Now, the thing. Now, this competition, and Jess Wells says hush puppies. You can see the comments down on the right side of the screen.
Yep.
This competition is it's so much fun. It's just so much fun. And the best thing about it for me, Mark runs this competition. He took over Philadelphia Beautiful 7, 8, 9 years ago, but it's been a while. We need to go back and see, but he's the guy. He's the wizard behind the screen. I just support him any way I can with that. And he started this contest, and then last year, when it really started to kind of blow up a little bit more, every year it got bigger, but I had the privilege of going along with him out to Philadelphia to deliver to Lilo's Tomato Pies at the time, their winning bracket. Curly wanted a bracket of his own, showing that he was in second place because he's proud of that, and he should be. But what I found at the places that we went where they knew we were coming, because we went a couple places and we just walked in as customers, and they treated us great. Their steaks were all delicious, but when you go into these restaurants and you talk to these guys and gals, man, I mean, they get so excited about it, and they're so generous. We don't expect to go in there and get fed. We're not food critics. We're not going to put you in Vogue magazine as the next great thing. We're trying to promote local businesses, and we love Philly cheesesteaks, and that's the thing. And, but man, the amount of food, Curly, this year, if we come see you, which I'm pretty sure we're going to, you don't have to give us so much food, man. I walked out of that place 20 pounds.
Whoa. I am flying back to hometown Philly from Austin, Texas, and I'm coming to eat.
You're coming.
You should.
So let's go.
You should. And look, life wouldn't be fair if I didn't say, when we went to Lilo's Tomato Pies, man, they treated us like gold, just like
They're
Curly
fantastic.
did.
They're absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely. Their food was beyond delicious. And same thing. I put on another freaking 20 pounds walking out of that place, but I was happy. So I'm really curious as we move on into who the runner up and the champion this year are, because we all know now that there are two places one of the places I haven't visited. And John's Roast Pork, same thing. Haven't visited there. Looking forward to it. So this is a great time.
So before we get into the winner and the runner up, this is your chance. This is your opportunity. If you have any question about how we run the competition, what the rules are, whatever, this is your moment right now. You want to ask a question, put it in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer it for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
and if you've got a question for me, Chris, you can just sort of, while people think about what they might want to ask, why don't you ask a question, and I will do my best to answer.
You're asking me to ask you a question? You're actually asking me to do that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Why don't we let Rube ask some questions?
Oh, yeah, Rube.
He's kind of new to this. Yeah, ask a question or two here.
So first and foremost, I appreciate the opportunity to join the Sports Porch family. It has been a great ride over the past year. I think I don't know. I think I came in just after last year.
It's coming, Ray. It's coming.
But this is super fun, right? We get the opportunity to talk sports every week. We get the opportunity to have fun, to speculate and spectate, and all the eights out there of our favorite Philadelphia sports teams. But I got to tell you, this is one of the funnest shows of the year, and it makes me, it makes me proud to be part of the team, to see what great you guys have done. So thank you.
I do have a question. I do have a question here that I want to address.
Please.
So that's not the question.
Well, that's the main question.
Okay, so this is a question that we frequently get. It's a Philly contest. Why let others in? Okay, so here's the bottom line. So look, if you live within the city limits of Philadelphia, you may be a Philadelphia snob, okay, and you might think that everything outside of Philadelphia doesn't count, but I'm going to tell you that it does count, and I'm going to tell you why. First off, look, I was born in the city of Philadelphia. I lived in the city of Philadelphia till I was 5. Then I moved out to the suburbs, Upper Dublin, If you don't know where that is, think maybe Willow Grove is pretty close.
Abington.
Lived there most of my life, and then actually went to Drexel. Lived in the city of Philadelphia for 5 years, and since then I've moved around with work and things like that. But the majority of my life, in my upbringing, when I lived in that Willow Grove type area, like we were probably like a 40-minute ride to the city, but every single person was a Sixers, Eagles, Phillies, Flyers fan. And to me, it's just, if you are pretty much within an hour drive of the center city, Philadelphia, you're a Philadelphian. You root for all those teams. And, you may have lived in Philadelphia and then you moved out, or vice versa. The bottom line is it's all a Philly feel. And, so for example, when I was in Willow Grove, that's like a 40-minute drive to Center City, but like, Curly's is like a 20-minute drive to Center City. It's actually even closer, even though, you know what I mean? So, that's why we include, that's why it's called the Greater Philadelphia Area Cheesesteak Competition, because we want to include some great places, and not every place in the city is great. And there's a lot of great that's, on the outskirts of the city.
Yeah, and I think it's important to let Patty know that we weren't taking that as a negative question. We were actually using that as a constructive question, because Mark is inundated with that question throughout the contest, and so it's worth answering. And I agree wholeheartedly, 100%.
And I'm not calling you a snob, Patty.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
But the people, because you asked the question very nicely, but there are many people who do not ask the question very nicely. They really get kind of like irate about it, and there's no other way. It has to be in Philadelphia.
I think our audience gets it. Here's another good question, though.
Yeah, and
how do you make sure
let's get to the winner then, because people are starting to get a little anxious here.
Well, no, it's okay. I got another question I'm going to answer. Kimberly Ann Brown, thank you for asking. How do you make sure you aren't counting duplicate votes? I will tell you, it's not an exact science. It's not that easy. Okay, but I mean, I pretty much do it. I mean, some folks say I've got a pretty photographic memory. Is that how you say it? Photographic memory?
Yeah. Sure. You mean you couldn't remember that?
Yeah. So like for example, I mean, look, I know I could just tell you like a name, like, Ellen Davis, and I see her picture and I know she voted every day. And so once I've counted her once, like in a 3-day voting period, I don't count her the next 2 days. Right. Now, could somebody sneak one through with that? Sure. But for the most part, I think I pretty much get all the people who try to do multiple votes. And obviously, if you're doing multiple votes like back to back to back to back to back, I mean, that's really easy to say.
Yeah.
So so we pretty much got that down. Also, too, just to note, this year, both first and second place had a ton of votes. But I will say that the margin of victory was certainly big enough now that any double counted vote would not have made much of a difference.
If there was one. And I got to tell you,
Mark, there's one that snuck by the Grand Schwabini.
Yeah, he's a stickler for detail. He does literally spend hours making sure that he's counting these votes correctly.
I'm actually going to be getting part of my life back. Because every night from 10 to 12 midnight, this is what I was doing.
Counting votes
and not counting duplicate votes and all that kind of stuff.
Dedication. Last question. How did Curly's have the most overall votes, but not advance past the Final Four?
Okay. Well, first of all, they didn't have the most overall votes. They had the third most overall votes. However, what you're probably getting at is when they lost to Lillo's Tomato Pies in the semifinals, they lost by just a few votes. But their cumulative votes over the first, however many rounds to get there they actually had more total votes than Lilo's did. So unfortunately, it is a bracket. It is a cheesesteak joint versus cheesesteak joint. So because Lilo's beat them in that contest, Lilo's got to move on to the finals. And they deserve to, because they got more votes in that competition. However, as a whole, at that time, Curly's did have more votes than them. Now, of course, because Lilo's was in the finals and, got 3 more days of voting, Lilo's obviously passed them up. But that's your answer.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
All right.
So are we ready?
It is time.
So you're going to put up the winner, correct?
I'm going to put up the winner, and I'm also going to do this. I'm going to invite the winner if they see this comment, because everybody's watching. If the winner sees this comment and you click on that link, you'll pop up into our studio and we'll get a chance to say hi to you. What do you think about that, fellas?
I like
that sounds good. But hey, look,
good.
if they're not there or if they don't feel comfortable, no big deal.
No, we won't talk about it. If you're the winner, if you're watching, who are the finalists? Lilos and Gazzos. If you guys are watching and you want to get in on the show and say hello tonight, click that link in the comments. You won't pop up right on the screen. You'll be in our little green room down here, and we'll be able to say hi to you before we put you on. But I do believe the moment is finally here to unveil the winner of the 2025 Philadelphia Beautiful Greater Philadelphia Cheesesteak competition. Drum roll, please. Somebody out there in drum roll land. The winner is
Gazzos.
There it is.
Gazzos is your winner. So we have a new winner. Lilo's Tomato Pies came in second. Fantastic job by them. I'll tell you what, the Gazzos people just were so pumped. Their crew just really rallied for them. They got a ton of votes. I'm going to say this: out of the 20,000 votes that were cast over this contest, they probably got about 25% of those votes.
Wow.
So they were absolutely phenomenal. And I'll tell you what, here's the beauty of the Philadelphia Beautiful cheesesteak competition. Now, what we do every year, because look, I mean, new places pop up, and sometimes it takes some folks longer than others to find out about them. So, Gazzos wasn't in our competition until last year was their first year in. And every year what I do is I take out 4. This year I took out 6 of our least vote getting cheesesteak joints, and I asked for people to make recommendations. Who do you think deserves to be in? And sometimes I leave it up to a vote and people vote places in. Sometimes it's so overwhelming that people are requesting a certain joint that I just put them in. So 2 years ago, it was just so overwhelming, the amount of people that said put Gazzos in, okay, that I put them in. And when you start, you have a high seed. They had to make a huge upset, and I think they were maybe like they went up against maybe like the 2nd or the 3rd seed, and it was a huge upset. They won, and they got all the way. I think they got to the Final 4 last year, and then they come back this year with that, with one of the top seeds. They were the 3 seed. So yeah. And so 2 years ago, not in the competition, 2 years later, won the competition.
There you go.
So next year, you're going to have some people. We put in Verona. Verona gets a ton of, everybody wants them in. We put in Nicky's and Ants. Everybody wants them in. We put in, who am I thinking of here? Shays. We put in Del Rossi's. That list will come out. But what we're going to do from this point forward is, I will reach out to the owners of Gazzos, and I have to, first of all, put in some time to put together the bracket to bring out to you guys. And then we'll schedule a trip out. It'll probably be like in September, maybe October. We'll do that for you. And over the next couple days, I will post this year's results 1 through 32. And there's a little love for Lillo's tomato pies. Last year's champion.
Couldn't not put them up on the screen. I mean, come on.
Goodness. They almost went back to back. That's unheard of.
Yeah.
Yeah, they almost went back to back. And I'll tell you what, it's crazy, but 7 years we've never had a repeat champion. Now, Curly's went 3 years ago, they won. Last year they were runner up, and this year they were number 3. Lillo's tomato pies went last year champion, this year number 2. So we'll see. And of course, Gazzo's this year champion, last year number 3. So those are kind of the big boys right now in the Philadelphia area cheesesteak scene. So it'll be interesting to see if anybody gives them a run for their money. But these are great, great places, really good people. You know, the main reason why we do this is because we really want to just help local businesses, succeed and do well. Most of these are started at least as mom and pop places. And, we just want to support, the greater Philadelphia area community and just help drive people out. Because, during COVID, people went to pickup and didn't go out as much and all that kind of stuff. So it's awesome. Like, for example, last year when we went to Lillo's, it was packed in there, man. It was packed.
Yeah, it was packed.
And that was great to see.
I don't have as long an explanation for why I like doing it. I just like eating cheesesteaks.
That's true.
That's why I'm involved.
Yeah.
No, I think what's wonderful is how these guys rally around their restaurants.
Oh wait, John Paxia said, "Can I come on?"
Yeah, absolutely. Here, I'm going to put the link. Listen, John, if you can. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Give me a quick second. I'm going to put the link in the comments. If you click this link, it's going to take you to our cloud where you can get into our back room. And if you can't see it or can't click it, I can put it up on the screen here for you to copy if you want. But if you click that link, it'll take you a minute or so. It'll just ask you to sign in. It's not going to ask you for any money or any, to sign up for anything. It's just how we all get into the studio too.
Wait, it asked me for money. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, maybe I forgot the setting, but yeah, that if you want to come on the show that way. And if you can't, would we rather have him call in?
You could also give the phone number if you want.
Yeah. Let me do that. Let me just make sure my phone's connected. And why don't you guys start with what we're watching? And
are you able to do this off of his comment? Can you just put it as a response to his comment?
That I don't know.
He said, "Okay, let's see if John's able to get there."
All right.
Oh, did he say that?
He said, "Okay."
Okay.
All right.
Let's see if he can get in there. So the next item here we're going to talk about while we're hopefully waiting for John to get here is what we're watching. And Schwaber, you want to introduce that?
Well, maybe we should just wait a minute for John because, I think that's a whole other segment. Don't you think?
Well, yeah. I mean, we can continue to talk about cheesesteaks.
Or the other thing we can do, guys, is just to give a little plug for the show for everyone that does want to join us. Oh, wait.
There we go.
There's Patty.
Oh, that's Patty. All right.
Just Patty.
Let's get Patty.
Oh.
Patty's our physician's assistant.
Okay. All right. Well, let's put her on for a minute.
And my wife just chimed in here. Sexy tech director.
Competition every year. I'm from West Virginia, born and bred at Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Love you.
Are you excited for Gazzo's?
Oh my gosh! I screamed real loud. Yay! I love Gazzo's. They went from a truck to another truck to 3 restaurants. They got one in Attamore, in Phoenixville, I think it is, and they got one in Pottstown. See, I don't live there, so I don't know exactly, but I've been following them since the day they were in the truck. I love Gazzo steaks.
Hey, Patty,
What's
is
the best?
it Gazos or Gazos? We want to make sure we're getting it right.
I don't know. It's Italian, so however the Italians would say it, Gazzos. I say Gazzos. So, and let me tell you, I eat a lot of places because I go to Mexico, Honduras. I've been to Texas. I've been everywhere. And Gazzos, they put in their fries. They put enough meat on there that you can eat meat with every fry. And not many places do that. The cheese is homemade. It's not that goopy yellow stuff that everybody puts. No. It's not. It's really good, high quality food. Put the long shots, the onions, and put the mushrooms. Gazzos is the best I haven't had in a long time.
Well, it looks like Gazzos is not able. Looks like John is at a cheer thing, according to David Messina. He said, "Sorry, maybe next week we can have him on or something like that."
Family first. Family first.
Sure.
Well, Patty, hey, listen, thank you so much for joining the show. Are you on?
I love you guys. Keep up the good work. I'll see you all next year.
All right.
Are you on Philadelphia Beautiful right now? Is that where you're watching us?
Yes, sir. Philadelphia Beautiful. Yes, sir.
There you go.
Right.
All
Thanks
right.
so much for being a fan. We love you.
Really
Go
appreciate
Birds.
it. Take care. Go Birds. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Great. Okay,
hey, listen, if you got anything else you want to say, just click that link and you can come on the show. We want to have a lot of interaction here. That was a lot of fun. I can't say enough about this contest and how much fun it is. Can't wait until October when we go out there. Hopefully there'll be some October baseball in Philly too. How about that?
Patty got a lot of love here. Steve DeFlitch says Patty is the star of the show. We need Patty back.
I agree. Here we go. We have an official statement. Hold on a second here. We have an official statement from the owner of Gazzos. Let them know I said we thank you so much for the amazing competition, and we are humbled to be a part of it, along with all the other incredible shops. And when we were out there last year, we met Jay of Jay's Steak and Hoagie Joint, talked to Curly, Lilo's. These guys had nothing. I mean, look, business is business, and you're going to have good days and bad days and get mad at your friends and all that kind of stuff. But the bottom line is they had nothing but great things to say about each other's food, each other's work ethic, each other's dedication. Because if you think about it, we're all in competition for something somewhere. I mean, hell, we want you guys to watch our show more than any other show about Philly sports, but you gotta acknowledge that there are other talented people out there, and they can push you if you let them inspire you. And these guys, and I'm not trying to get all weird. What I'm saying is what I took away from these guys running these restaurants was that some of them worked together in the past. And some of them aspired to be each other and to cook the way each other cooked, and they take ideas and they share them. And I'll tell you what, it's a long way from the cheesesteaks we grew up eating, which were really, really good. But they're changing that landscape, and it's a great thing for Philadelphia. So
here's another one from Jamie Quigley. My husband, Mike Lamson, is one of the owners. He's unable to talk at the moment, but heard the good news, and we're just so thankful and humbled to have this opportunity. Thank you all so much from the bottom of our hearts. We love you. Well, thank you, Jamie. Yeah, we can't wait to come out and meet you guys.
Yeah, can't wait.
And also, too, just like you were saying, Chris, if you noticed in the comments, once you get a little bit further into the competition, like into the Elite Eight, into the Final Four, the owners of these cheesesteak joints are constantly thanking each other and just saying like, hey, you're the original goat, you know what I mean? So
it's a great community of good people.
Good stuff.
Yeah. And again, the bottom line for me is it's damn good food. Good food.
I mean, my mouth's watering right now.
I know. I'm starved.
But I know.
I can't wait to have a cheesesteak in Philadelphia. I can't wait.
Oh, he says he's John says he's prehistoric. Why don't you give him your phone number? Chris, why don't you give him your phone number?
Yeah. Let me do that.
Hey, John, we're gonna give you Chris's phone number. You can call into the show, just like calling into WIP or
yeah, you can do that. I'm taking a big chance here doing this, boys. No prank calls, people. No prank calls. Here you go. Now you got to give me a second. I got to connect it to my system.
He just gave
you his
number.
Oh, okay. Well, did he?
Can you just call his number?
Yeah, I suppose I can. I wasn't ready for this tonight, which, you know what? Thinking ahead.
Surprise. Let's make it happen.
Number down.
Thinking ahead. Yeah. Hold on. I just got to get my Bluetooth on my phone here so we can bring him into the into the session. Yeah, there we go. And I think we got that sorted out. And I will call. How about if I call him? Did he just send the phone number? Yes, he did. Yeah. All right. Whoop. Don't want to put that out there. Okay. I'm giving you a call, John. How many times do you actually dial a phone number on your iPhone anymore?
You do it. Yeah, I do it.
Never. I don't have an iPhone.
Well, okay, on your Google phone.
Oh my God. What do they teach you there, Dell?
All right, here we go. Our call's coming in, John.
Hello.
And who is this I am speaking with?
Hey, how are you guys?
Hey, we're good. How you doing, John?
I'm hanging in there, gentlemen. I'm hanging in there. I'm so happy for Gazos, man. You have no idea how happy I am for them.
Yeah. So do you know those guys pretty well, or have you talked to them here and there?
I messaged them, and they are so humble. They're such beautiful people. I messaged JRPs. They're so beautiful. We go to Curly's. We talk with them. I've been out of the game a little bit because of my wife's passing. It's been a little rough.
Sorry to hear that, John.
Yeah.
Fun, and I'm just so proud of my kids. How they took over and how they took the role of everything, and it's a little tough because it's like new generation against old generation between me and my son. And anybody will tell you, working with your family is very hard. Because everyone's got a different mindset. But I'm very proud of what they've done and how they completed everything and how they supported me through my rough time and how the other companies out there always reached out to me and everything. It's a beautiful group that we have. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I have to tell you, Chris and I, we came out to your store, your restaurant last year, and your son treated us incredibly kindly. Just a really nice guy. We heard all about, he was telling us about you. He was telling us about, him and how he's sort of driving the business, and we tasted so many different things, from the tomato pies to the cheesesteaks to we had a few other sandwiches that were really darn good too. So,
yeah.
It was
my doctor was not happy with me. My doctor was not happy with me. and we would be remiss if we didn't mention his little brother who was there.
Little Nick.
Yeah.
Little Nick is amazing. Yeah. He's like a sponge. He sits on the wall and he just absorbs everything.
Yeah.
He's going to be a superstar. I'm just so humbled. Life is strange. You don't know how fast life is. Once you think you're on top, you're really at the bottom, and when you're at the bottom, you think you're at the top actually. And it goes back so fast. What you think is don't take for granted what you have, because it could change in a matter of seconds. My wife and I had coffee at 8 a.m. and 11 o'clock, she passed in my arms. You don't know how life's going to treat. So treat everybody kindly. And the thing at Lilo's, we never thought we would be anywhere close to where we were. Like my wife and I, we did this for retirement for shits and giggles, and we brought the food that we had in Trenton, and it just took off, and it's so beautiful. We put a lot of love into it, and it's not about being the best. It's about how you treat people, how you make them feel when they come in. It's the experience. Like that's how it was in Trenton. You just felt like somebody, and that's what we wanted there.
Yeah. Hey, John, where does the name Lilo's come from?
Well, it's a family name. We're Sicilian. My name's Cologero Giovanni. Every firstborn in a family is always named Colangelo. It's a family name. It's a nickname. Lilo, they call Lilo, or they call him Gero, or they call him Calo. It all depends on what province you're from Sicily.
Wow,
I love it.
I'll tell you what, I've been watching online. There's this Instagram page called my cheap Italian home, and there's all these homes in Sicily that are for sale. And my wife and I have been to Florence and all through Tuscany, but one of the places I want to go is Sicily. I think I could just go there and just I could just die on a beach there and be happy.
And John, I'll tell you what, I obviously I never met her, but your late wife, she had such an impact on so many people. I still see posts where people are saying that she's looking down and watching over you guys. So I know she meant a lot to so many. So she would just be so proud of you guys, I'm sure.
We're all about giving back to the community because we know what it's like to have nothing. I mean, every rich family was poor once until somebody changed the dynamics of that family.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a hard struggle like this. You don't know what people are going through, and just to make them feel like they can come to our place and get a meal without being judged, without paying, is amazing. And that's what she was all about. She would make food, and she would have codes for people to come in to get food, and that's why she wanted to open it. It's about breaking even. She didn't care if we made money on it. She just wanted to break even and make sure everybody had a meal. She was a hospice nurse,
Mm-hmm.
and I just love the way how she felt towards people. I mean, the love and the compassion. She's a nurse, and nurses, that's all they know how to do is take care of people. She made me the man I am today because a woman definitely makes the man. And I'm
Here.
so proud I am.
I'll agree to that.
We all agree 100%
Right.
with that one.
Right.
I'm keeping my mouth shut because I'm going to get insulted here at any moment by these two jablonkis down here. Anyway, but yes, I agree as well, 100%.
Yeah. So I'm sorry for talking your ears off. Like I said, we are so damn humbled. Like I have lumps in my throat, tears in my eyes, just to be named next to them people. I mean, I'm at the club on going to Planet Rock and Black Banana back in the day when I was young, standing in line for cheesesteak. And I would never thought back then that I'd be here today. And when you are and you look back, you just it's such a damn honor. When I hear people say, "Oh, this cheesesteak sucks," and that one does, they work their ass off and they try really their best. And if it wasn't for like certain places, cheesesteaks wouldn't even be on the map.
Right.
So
Right.
it's like respecting your elders.
Kindness matters. Kindness matters.
And I always tell everybody, everybody's taste buds are different, so anybody can be passionate about any place. If they love the cheesesteak, they love the cheesesteak. And who am I or who is anybody to disagree with them? Right. There's a lot of good food out there.
And they work their ass off. All these people, the work that you put in that just to open up the doors and it's just amazing the time that they spend at their shop, like that's their livelihood and just mad respect to any place that you see pizza, or cheesesteaks or whatever, you look at that and say, man, putting in their hours, and just mad respect to all of them. And I love you guys for supporting us, and all the people that blog. They do it for nothing, and they go out there and they promote you, and it's like, holy like wow, like look at the kindness that they have.
You could say you could say holy shit here, John. You could say.
No, but it is nice. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's all about having fun, and like I'm sure there's always going to be haters out there, but I'd say 99% of this is just people having a good time, supporting their local favorites, and getting the word out. And the best part of this for us really is when I see comments like, "Hey, I went to Curly's because they won a couple years ago, and now it's one of my favorite places." Or same kind of thing for your place, or any of them, right? That's why we're doing this, and we're just so happy that you guys have gotten the recognition that you so well deserve. And really appreciate you coming on the show tonight.
And stay in touch with us.
Thank you for having me. Like I said, thank you so much for all you do, and congratulations to Gazos. I can't wait to go in there and have a sandwich and Curly's and JRP's and Donkeys and everyone out there. Enjoy everybody. I love all you guys, and I'm so humbled to be next to you. I really am. And it's not about having the best cheesesteak. It's about giving that customer that experience of, this is what I have to offer. This is my family. This is my love. This is my pride and joy. I hope you enjoy it. There's always going to be a better cheesesteak and a better pizza out there.
Well, I don't know about that, man, because I had one hell of a cheesesteak when I was there last year. I can tell you that much. And the pizza wasn't bad either. The pizza wasn't bad either.
Once in a while, so All right, thank you guys so much for having me.
All right, take care.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thanks a lot, John. You're the best.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that was great. That was excellent. So that was John of Lilo's Tomato Pies. Before we go, guys, I think we'll push what we're watching maybe to next week. How does that sound?
Let's end it on a let's end it on a high.
Yeah, let's end it on a high. That was a great conversation. We had an owner of a fantastic cheesesteak place and talked about his love of the cheesesteak community, and we had just a regular old fan, just a woman who loves herself some Gazos.
Patty G. Listen, I'm going to go over the top 4 one more time as we go out. The top 4 one more time. John's Roast Pork, number 4 in the 2025 Philadelphia Beautiful Greater Philadelphia Cheesesteak Competition. Number 3, one of our favorites, one of the best guys out there, one of the best restaurants out there, Curly's Comfort Food in Levittown. That's right, Curly's Comfort Food. Number 2, we just talked to the guy. That would be Lilo's Tomato Pies over in where was it in Jersey? I'm going to kill myself now.
Trenton.
No, they were from Trenton.
They're from Trenton.
It's something like Plainsville, I think.
Yeah, I think something like that. God, yeah. I'm so sorry, John. I'm thinking off the top of my head here, trying to. And number 1 this year, coming from nowhere a few years ago, Gazzo Steaks in Pottstown. Congratulations. I can't wait to taste your food. I am your technical director for
Ainsport, New Jersey, by the way.
There it is. There it is. Thank you very much. I am your technical director for Rube down below me, for the Grand Schwabini to my left on the screen. You've been watching the Philadelphia Sports Porch all over the world on Facebook, on YouTube, and on X. And, of course, you can follow us. Hit that follow button, man, on X. Hit that follow button. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Click the notifications every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. We talk Philly sports and some other stuff. Follow us on X at Philly Porch. Listen to the podcast. I'm dropping that next. For all these 2 guys I just talked about, once again, I'm your technical director. This has been a great show. I am out.